But the very first case that came to us was this woman with two girls, and they explained to us that the father that was a taxi driver in Cancun was bringing his girls, a 10-year-old girl and a 12-year-old, in his taxi to a fancy, very fancy American chain hotel in Cancun to have sex, to be exploited by American tourists. They explain how this worked, right? How the father was part of a network that were like the uncle, the friend, the boss of all the taxi drivers. And then when I asked them how they began, all of them told me that somebody showed them pornography and told them this is the way it works. So when I understood this in the year 2000, I said we have to follow the pattern and demonstrate how pornography is a merchandise and it's created to convince men, women, and non-binary people that violence it's always okay in sex if it's perpetrated by men. That's the basis of pornography. It's always been, and since the industry grew, on TV and everything, and that's why it gives them money. So I decided to investigate the owners of the pornography industry. So I have a lot of articles written about them, how much money they do, how they hire psychologists and psychiatrists to explain them how to get people hooked into the narrative of pornography and how to bring that narrative from real life of women and men and their relationships in sex and love. It's so hard to come back because we feel that it's linked to love and emotional relationships, which is very weird to people. But for most pornography users that I've interviewed along 20 years, it is normal. It's kind of how to learn to make love to a woman. Now, I cannot tell you how many thousands of men of all ages have told me that they were trained to make love using pornography. And that's not love. Obviously, it's making violence, an act of violence, imposing one body to another body, right? So the fact is that women become weaker